hello, and welcome back to Ascension TV online. I'm Caroline Mary, I'm your host, and I'm joined today by beautiful Lisa, beautiful friend who I am getting to know ever more. And we've just been chatting away and realizing we just need to get on the call. And start sharing. We've already talked about what is ADHD and autism and spiritual stuff and dogs and the meaning of dogs. So we're just going to carry on. But Lisa, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to tell our viewers how I know you. So Lisa has joined the Wellbeing Fairs, the Wellbeing community here in Mid Wales, and offering Angelic Reiki and her beautiful presence. We've been at other fairs together. Lisa's one of my Moon Key students, so she'll be teaching that and offering that, I'm sure, in no time when we finish that learning arc. And she's just an all-round amazing and beautiful soul, an amazing healer. So I had some healing earlier on in the week. Wowzers, I could feel that coming in super strong. So thank you, Lisa, for joining me today. How about you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Who are you and what you do in the world?
Thank you. Yeah, so I live in Brecon and I've been doing Reiki for about 2 years now, I think it is. Finally, in maybe October last year, decided to do it like properly and not just for friends and family, and try and do a bit more of it. Um, yeah, and I love Reiki because it just feels nice and calming, and when everything is stressful, it's just my go-to for
Mm.
stress, for pain, for any emotions coming up. I just feel like it's so easy to tap into, and I love also when I'm doing it on clients, I love seeing the difference in what they look like. If I do it like online or in person, they look completely different at the end. Like everything's just
Mm.
calmed down.
Mm.
So that's really nice.
I love that.
Um,
And Lisa, can I ask you, because you do angelic Reiki, am I right?
yeah.
So did you do like regular Reiki, Usui Reiki, and then train to do angelic Reiki, or did you go straight into doing angelic Reiki, Lisa?
During lockdown, which is, feels like a long time ago, I
It
did
does,
do
doesn't it?
like an online Usui Reiki,
Yeah,
but never planned to use it for clients or anything. It was just for myself and my own journey. So yeah, and I found it quite hard to remember the symbols. I was, having to write them down and
yeah,
keep
yes,
doing them. And then this opportunity came up. My friend was going to train in angelic Reiki. And again, I didn't think I'd be doing it with clients, but I was like, yeah, I want that because I've had it before. I want
yeah,
to be able to do it to myself. So it's more for me
nice. Yeah,
than anything else. Um, yeah, and then now here I am doing it for people because I just love it and I want to be in that energy all day. It feels
sure.
like something that fills me up as well as others. So I could do it all day quite happily.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And so when you're calling in angelic Reiki, are you calling in specific angels? Like what? Because I'm an angel healer also trained, and I think like you, I kind of just fell into it, and suddenly I was doing the training and thinking, okay, and
That would
actually took
happen.
me quite a long time to do it with people. It was very much wow, am I really allowed to do it? And it brought up a lot. So I was doing a lot of healing for myself and, having to do that work. But do you call in specific angels or is it you call in
Yeah.
the crew?
So I was trained to call in Archangel Michael, which, he's my favorite. He's just like I talk to him all day, every day, and kind of use him like Google. I feel a bit bad sometimes. I'm just like, hey, Archangel Michael, can you find me a parking space or something? Um, but yeah, I call in Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael.
Sure. Yeah.
They're the four main ones. And
Yeah.
then sometimes if I feel like there's heavy stuff that needs to be removed, I'll call in Archangel Zadkiel. And then yeah, sometimes angels just pop in.
Yep.
So I'll just start off connecting to the golden ray of light, calling in the angels, and then we get going. And so I don't need to use any symbols or anything. The light just comes through me, filtered
Yeah.
and into the client.
Yeah, I get you. And you know, it's interesting you say about the symbols because I have a friend, Crystal, who's been on the show as well,
Mm.
and she channeled divine energy healing, and for the same reason, because she knew she'd obviously trained in Reiki, and then was like these symbols can actually be quite challenging. They could be a block to people learning
Mm.
it or receiving it, and so she wanted something that was simple, so she channeled divine energy healing, and actually with that, there's only one symbol, which is like it's a heart, and you draw the four directions and then you draw the heart and you just call in. It's very, very simple, and my god, is it powerful. So you're not having to try and remember, because
Mm.
I remember years and years ago, you know, when I kind of first I had this moment in uni. You probably haven't heard this story, but I had this very awkward state in university, and we were talking to people, and suddenly I just came out with people like, I'm a healer, I walk through you like Jesus, and you treat me like shit, and I'm sick of it. And it was like, I said it and I was like, oh, did that just come out of my mouth? And they're looking at me and I'm looking at them like going, oh.
That's
And like,
interesting. I have
yeah.
the opposite. I feel like, yes, I do Reiki healing, but I'm not Jesus. Please don't look at me like Jesus. I can't heal you completely. I
No,
can only help your body heal,
sure,
or, start the
I get
process for
you.
itself, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I really get you. And I feel like, even though obviously what those words are could sound very arrogant, the feeling was because I was in a very like this hippie culture, there's a lot of drug use, and it
Mm.
felt very like piss takey. And I was always, because I grew up, and I'm going to ask you about this, where you when you started knowing about all the fun stuff, all the magic, you know, I had this really strong sense of Jesus and right and wrong, and I was always trying, you know, not even just trying, but just trying to be, you know, like honor Jesus and honor like my belief in like good and wholeness and kindness. And I really felt like people just took the piss of me because I was kind, like I was stupid. And it's like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm choosing to be kind, and I'm choosing to be this person like Jesus. So it wasn't like I am Jesus, but it was like, look, I can feel like you're kind of slightly taking the piss of me, and I know, but I'm not playing into it because I just believe in true, you know. And actually it's funny, isn't it, we were talking about, you know, I went to a group about autism and communication yesterday, so I had my diagnosis a few years ago, and even though I have my kind of spiritual understanding of what I think all of that is, really to acknowledge whatever we call it, how I've presented in the world comes over a certain way, and people are kind of a bit like, you're a bit weird or you're a bit like naive, and it's like, no, just because I want to do good in the world and I'm kind doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I make this choice because I want to, you know, I have that choice. We have the capacity to choose. So but what I was going to say about the healing is, in that moment, although I didn't really know what that meant, I certainly felt like it was a very simple thing, like talking to somebody is healing, loving on them is healing, hugging someone. So I didn't feel, you know, I hadn't come across Reiki. I lived in kind of like, yeah, as I said, like quite a hippie kind of community, if you like, rather than a healing kind of, you know, group. And so I didn't know all these different types of healing. And you could say naively, or maybe truly, just thought it was something that happened very simple, not that you have to do some magical incantation. And then when I go read like things, something like the Course of Miracles, it's like, actually, yeah, healing is a moment when somebody has more love than the other one. It's that simple. But there are these very
It's all
specific
intention,
things.
isn't it? I believe that there's so many different modalities of healing, and we're kind of just all tapping into the same source energy and
Yeah,
bringing it through. So it's about finding what's best for you, isn't it? There's so many
sure.
different modalities,
Yeah,
because things people just tend to like other things better,
different
and that's
things.
fine.
Yeah, yeah, no.
It's all healing, it's all energy, it's all beautiful. Um,
Yes,
yeah, it's
yes. I
just
really
which
hear you.
one you choose to go with, isn't it?
Yes, I get you. And it's a bit like ice cream is nice, but I like chocolate mostly. And other
Mm.
people might like mint chocolate chip. And I'm like, why would you have bits in chocolate? I'm like, no, don't you? You're fine. Just
Yeah,
give me the chocolate, you
yeah.
know? And it's all the same, right? We're all loving on the ice cream. So yeah, we have different flavors, and we resonate to different things. And also it brings a different texture. So tell me, Lisa, there's a little bit about my background of when I had bit of a shock moment in university where this thing popped out. It's like I was so frustrated. I was like, Duh. How did this all start for you? Were you always interested and like feeling connection to the angels or spirit, or how did that happen in your life, Lisa?
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly when it started, but I know I remember my mum buying me tarot card magazines where you collected a tarot card every week. Looking back
Really?
now, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I think she's probably trying to live through me with the spiritual
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I got to like a certain stage and I think she just didn't buy me anymore or something. I didn't get the whole collection.
Yeah.
I've always loved horoscopes. And I remember like in high school, like the making a magazine of for our English task or what some lesson we were doing, and I was in charge of the horoscopes.
Right.
And I just always felt like I wanted to make people feel comfortable and welcomed and okay. I felt like that was my job. It's my job. If
Yes.
anyone new starts to school or comes into the class, I'm going to make sure they're okay. I
Yes.
I would like bully the bullies, if that made sense.
Right.
If
Yes.
people would come up to me and say, "Oh, so and so is bullying me," and I'd go to the bullies and say, "Leave them alone, or you'll have me to deal with," that kind of thing.
Oh my God, amazing.
Um,
Oh, that's like you're a bit of Archangel Michael energy coming
I
through.
think so. And I didn't really
Protection.
notice it. And I always loved tarot cards. Didn't know I'd ever be, but never thought I would be able to do it.
Yeah. 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 I get
And,
you.
so Reiki, I think I first had Reiki at work with Mind. They
Yeah.
used to have a complementary therapist there. Um, and I did lots of meditations. When my son was born 8 years ago, I think I had lots of time at home with him, and I used to put on a meditation while he was sleeping and just lie there and relax. I usually fell asleep. So for the first couple of years, I did have a newborn, so it was
Yeah.
okay. I would put on a meditation. I don't know how I found those meditations.
Isn't it interesting how,
It's
when it's time,
interesting. Yeah.
suddenly you're just doing a thing? Like the things that have been big for me, like I don't remember ever signing up to do the angel training, right?
Mhm.
And I remember the partner that I was with, I wanted to move in with him, and he's like, "Look, if we're gonna do that, you need to get a different job." Because I was working part time and I was writing, I wasn't earning a lot, and he kind of knew that, and he was like, "Look, I can't support you. I've got kids," and so I was like, "Okay." So I actually put out a call. I was like, "All right, Spirit, can I have a new job?" And I got this no in. I had to go into town and go into a charity shop. And in the charity shop, I met a girl, a friend of mine, who said, "Oh, yeah, this place is taking on people." So I went and got the job. And what happened is, because I had quite a big increase in wage, suddenly I was on this call during the training for this job. And I was like having an interview to do the training, and I was like, I cannot remember the moment, because for years I'd watched this person, like you with the tarot, thinking, it's Corinne Grillo. I trained with a lady called Corinne Grillo. She's an
Yeah.
American lady, so it's all online, but like a really in-depth course. And I just, you'd hear her, talking about my academy, what the, students, whatever. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then suddenly she was talking to me, and I'm like, what? And because I got the job, I could pay, because it was a fair whack of money, for 6 months training. And then there is, I was doing it. And it's just that thing, isn't it? A sliding door moment. Suddenly, like
Mhm.
you're like, I don't remember. It's not a conscious choice. Suddenly, it's the time,
Yeah.
and we
It was
walk
meant
through
to
it.
happen. And I
Yeah.
just remember feeling like I've always felt quite sensitive to stress and things like that going on. So I would have Reiki and just feel less stressed and be like,
Yeah.
ah, and just it would resource me then. It would give me the resources I needed to keep doing what I was doing, to do the work, to look after the kids.
Yes.
And that's how I still use it now. I still use it like when I need a breather, I will
Yes.
go and meditate. I'll go and do some Reiki. And
Yeah.
it just calms me down.
Calms everything down.
And I just
Yeah.
want that for everyone. I want everyone to know like you don't need to reach for alcohol to numb yourself. You can look after yourself in like much better ways, much healthier
Yes.
ways.
Yeah.
But also, I get it. I get it. I did it myself for years. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
society,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Society tells you, like all the adverts on the TV, everything tells you if you're stressed, have a drink. If you're happy, have a drink. If you're sad, have a drink.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
just think I'm just so grateful I found this kind of stuff
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that makes
And
me
it isn't.
feel better and healthier.
I was just thinking then, can you imagine a time where on TV it's not like at drinking adverts? It'll be like, find your local yoga through Yoga Directory, or, because for me, big wish was I used to do yoga. Like, my mum gave me a book on yoga when I was 16, and I read it, and I was just like, yes, it just landed. And so I was doing it, I do it every day. And I think, why aren't people doing this? Like, oh my God. Like, I used to go to festivals,
They don't know yet.
you do it, but people didn't know. No, and people, until you genuinely get a sense of it through doing it, you can't describe it. Like you say, when you've had healing, you just know. Like the last 2 days since the healing that you gave me, I've had all this tingling and I've had a headache because it's clearing where the blocks are, where the density is, and it's bing, 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 bing moving through. And until you've had that, you think, well, what you can't imagine it, isn't it? It's like if you're in the hot, you can't imagine the cold. So,
How
but
I
so
find it really hard to describe Reiki at the beginning
yeah,
when I first trained in it. I was like, I don't know what it is. I just know it
yeah,
feels amazing,
it feels
and I
amazing.
couldn't quite put it into words. And I was a bit like, I'd rather people just tried it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just come and see what it feels like, rather than it was hard. Yeah,
yes.
it's a bit hard to like put into words and conceptualize.
Sure. And can I just check in, right? You offer it like because we did it distant, right? You
Yeah,
you offer that as well. Have you got it on your website that you can
yeah,
people
yeah,
can sign up.
yeah.
So
You can
we'll
just
put the
double
details. If
business.
you want to have some of that from Lisa, do reach out to her. Maybe she has an offer that she wants to offer for
Yeah, I wanted to just offer like £5 off for anyone watching this.
Okay, beautiful. So if you just reach out to Lisa, and I really recommend it, honestly, it's absolutely amazing. But Lisa, let me ask you, you don't just do Reiki, do you? What else do you do with people? What else have
No,
you
I had to
trained
write it
in?
down. There's quite a few things going on. And
Yeah,
again, I just found myself on these courses. So
show. Yeah.
what did I do? I did an energy exchange with a friend of a friend, actually. I was looking for hypnosis, and a friend of a friend said, oh, yeah, I know somebody. And you know how it happens. I had this quantum journeys hypnosis session with her, and I just felt the weight lifting off me. Like I'd had trauma, I'd had EMDR for it, I'd had counseling for so long. I had one session of this quantum journeys hypnosis and just felt like, oh, just like an exhale, like, oh my God, that feels so much better.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, and then after I think I had maybe one or two sessions with her and thought, okay, well now I need to train in this. And it was a little bit of money, but I just felt like I have to do it, like there's no choice. And then since I've trained, I've used it on myself for lots of different things. So it can be used for all the usual things that hypnosis can be used for, like addictions, um, weight loss, smoking, etc. But what I really love is that it blends normal hypnosis with the quantum. So we connect to your higher self basically and look at the root of things and ask your higher self what you need. And there's like so many different doorways you can go through. Like you can go to the Akashic records, like you can go to your inner healer. Um, yeah, it's just like crazy what you can do with it. But it's
Amazing.
basically just talking to your subconscious mind and connecting with your higher self and
Love.
removing blocks or whatever's stopping you.
And can you share with us an example of something that you've maybe experienced in yourself, like a shift or something funky that you
Yeah.
found, and what
So I
happened?
did it. So I've always been an emotional eater. Anytime like there's big emotions going on, and I guess again that's like society, isn't it? Like you see in the films, if girls are upset, what do? They go and get a big tub of ice cream and eat it. So we're
Yeah,
taught to do that. I feel like we're taught to go and
yeah,
eat our feelings.
yeah.
So whenever I was upset or happy, or I would just emotionally eat. And it was really bugging me. So I recorded myself going through all the steps of the hypnosis, and I basically just met my inner healer, looked at what was going on, and listened to that, and then we just cleared it. And I did listen to that recording quite a few times over maybe a week, and I can record the sessions we do as well. And yeah, I don't emotionally eat anymore. It's amazing, like it's been a pattern for at least 30 years. Something I had
Right,
done without even being conscious of it probably for a long time. I just
right.
decided, right, I don't want to emotionally eat anymore. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to connect to my higher self. I do bring in the angels just because I'm connected to them now, and I just
Yeah.
love their energy. So it's just me and the clients, it would be you and the angels and your higher self.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful. And you offer that to clients now as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. And can
yeah,
you do
and
that
that can be
online or
done.
say
Yeah,
again?
yeah, it can be done online. So with the Reiki, I don't need to see you. We don't need to be actually on a call. But with the hypnosis, we do need to be on a call.
Yeah, I've got
But it's
you.
still online, in person,
I
whatever suits
love it.
everyone.
And you know what? It's amazing, isn't it, with all of these? I think there are some things you think you can have healing for. And then I know in my life, there's still some things that I think, oh, it's just, and it's like, no, it's not. You can literally heal every single part, and it's not trying to do it all at once. Like I did realize this week, I was like, gosh, I could feel this energy shifting. It's like, and that's okay, like we don't have to try and rip off the bandage and change it all because a lot of it's neural pathways, as you said, it's in your subconscious. So for me, I really see when we're on that healing journey, it's like a self-development rather than we're wrong and we have to get to the better place. It's just we're
And
learning
it
different
spirals, isn't it? It
patterns.
spirals of the same stuff can come up, but it always gets lighter and easier
Yeah,
and doesn't affect us so much. I
yeah,
think that's what I don't like, is when I feel like something's holding me back.
yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not going to let this hold me back. This needs to be looked at, addressed. And once it's addressed, you
Yes.
can push through it and move forward.
And move through it, yeah. And often there is a time, I remember years ago an ex's brother was saying, why doesn't he just do that? And I was trying to find an analogy and I was kind of asking spirit, which I often do, of like, how do I explain this? And they showed me like a tube of peas coming out of like pea pods, and you can only heal the next one. So even though
Mhm.
like a lot of us will see somebody go, oh, they should heal this, but actually that might be like 10 lessons down. And actually the thing that they're currently facing is this, and this is why we just have to just live and let live, rather than, oh, they should sort that out, they should sort, or even I should sort that out. It's like, if this
Yeah.
is your next layer, then it's okay to just do that, keep
Yeah, I
everything
think it happens when you're ready, isn't it?
when
Like,
you're ready. Yeah.
I I don't always want to work with people in the hypnosis with quitting smoking, because I myself had hypnosis for quitting smoking a long time ago. And I know that it's a pattern that unless you're really ready to let go of, it's just going to keep coming back. It could come back, if unless you get to the point where you're like, I'm just so sick of this, I'm
Yeah.
completely done with it.
Yeah.
That's when you know, okay, that's the right time to reach out to get the support.
Yeah.
So I'm not very good at pushing the hypnosis, because I know, like, it's great for self-esteem and blocks like that. But I know that if you're not really ready to stop emotionally eating or smoking, and it's been a pattern you've done for so long, it can be hard to break.
Sure. And
And it
again, it's
sometimes
that.
takes more than one session.
Yeah, it's not
But
just a switch, is it?
yeah, some people like to think, oh yeah, just have one session of hypnotherapy, it's gone. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't
Yeah.
work like that.
I so remember giving up.
Layers of it,
So
isn't there?
I was a smoker too,
Mm-hmm.
really similar, Lisa. And like I used to think, people say, oh, you're gonna, and then it took me to look at myself. It was 2012, it was, and there was all this talk about, the special day and the end of the world. And I was like, okay, it's not the end of the world, but it might be the end of an era. And it really reminded me of my kind of spiritual calling. And I was like, for God's sake, I started meditating, stopped eating meat again, doing more yoga, really stepped up. And I was like, why do I smoke? This is so ridiculous. I'm so into being pure and healthy and like Jesus, and yet I smoke. And for me, when I rooted it back, because I've done a lot of what I used to call real-time trigger analysis, like what is the smoke for me? It was the connection in school because, I was always a geek. I was always like felt like a bit other. I'd moved up to Wales from London, so I had a different accent, and suddenly all of my kind of geeky friends were smoking. So it's like I either join in or suddenly I'm back on my own again, and it's like, well, I'm going to start smoking, aren't I? And I just thought, I don't even know half those people, and those of that I did probably have already stopped. I was like, and it just fell away because that whole underpinning structure wasn't there anymore. Whereas, even a few months before, I was still very in this kind of hippie alternative community. Everyone smoked, everyone's having a doobie, and it was very the thing. And suddenly I was like, this doesn't fit anymore. I've grown out, and it really was a
Yeah.
massive shift. And then I went traveling and so
I really hope, I don't know if it's just because I'm not in that community anymore, but I really hope that it's not cool to smoke anymore. It was a cool thing to do, wasn't it? At one
yeah,
point, it was like, this is what everyone does, this is what the cool kids do.
yeah,
And I think that's probably why I started and got into it, and nothing better to do, that kind of thing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
I
but it
have
didn't
this.
fit with my personality or who I wanted to be.
Sure, that's
I
the thing,
gave up
isn't it? Yeah,
when I wanted to go and do work experience in the school, and I thought, well, I can't just walk out of a school every hour for a fag, can I? So,
yeah.
this can't stay with me anymore.
Yes. And often, it's interesting. This is where, to me, my love of coaching comes in, because it's often when we turn towards a goal that then the blocks come up and then you start sorting your shit out. Because if you didn't have that goal, and this is definitely what happened for me, for years, I was just in this hippie community. It was very much the past life, kind of the sadhu energy of like, I'm not going to be part of the money, and I don't like this era, and I don't like this I was going to say institution, I don't like this, the modern way of living. I'm just going to be over here. But that didn't really sit well, because a part of me is like, yeah, but I know I have, some intelligence. I know I've got something that I can give to the world. And if I just sit over here on my cave, it's like, what are you actually doing? And once I started unplugging, and that 3 months leading up to the 2012, the December the 21st, whatever, though that day I did this massive and it was like, oh my God, I need to get my shit together and be like, okay, yes, it's nice to have fun, yes. And I could really see that. To talk about horoscopes, I've got my South Node in Aquarius, North Node Leo, and it was the shift from being this like aesthetic, don't have anything, don't have any money, don't be part of anything, just be over here and do yoga, to going, how can I use the wisdom I've learned to, bring in, and yeah, I have to bit by bit shift every pattern, in my life, and kind of get to being someone that can be in society
I
and
remember my biggest shift was having my daughter,
right.
having a child, and being like, oh, none of this fits anymore. Like, you can't do this as a parent. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be like this as a parent. So everything changed then. That was I think that was probably my first like big awakening.
Yeah, I've got you with that. And then Lisa, can you tell me what else you do? Because I know you do more as well, don't you? You've got more on your list that
Yeah.
you offer.
So, my newest one, and I trained in this last year, but again, like the Reiki, I've just been doing it for myself, not even doing it for my family, but just me and my immediate family, because it's something that is a practice and it's getting used to it, and it can be quite dangerous if you're not sovereign yourself. So you have to be really sovereign, having a really good day, and don't always have good days. Um, this spirit release clearings,
Mm.
we make ourselves sovereign, we connect to your higher self again, and connect to your energetic code. And there's a load of stuff we go through. So we clear attachments, we close portals that might have been opened in your etheric body and your surroundings. Then so much. We cut any negative cords around you. What else do we do?
You clear
Make you
earthbound spirits.
sovereign. Pardon?
I was going to say you clear earthbound
Yeah,
spirits.
earthbound spirits that can attach to people, which if we work in the light all the time, if we are a light, that we're quite likely to have earthbound spirits attached to us.
Yeah.
Um, we look at karma and ancestral karma. We can cut the cords of that or make them easier. Sometimes we've chosen the karma,
Yeah.
so it can't be completely removed, but we can help it get easier for you. We put protection and stuff in.
Yeah.
We can call back all your soul fragments,
Mm.
and lots more, and we can remove negative thought patterns that aren't ours.
Mm.
Sometimes I do it myself. I end up getting in the mood and think, oh, where's this come from? And it's always like something's trying to attach to my energy.
Mm.
So we clear the etheric fields and make sure you're 100%, the etheric fields 100%, to stop things being able to get in. But we
Yeah.
live in a world full of like negative energies. You know, it's balance, isn't it? It's negative and positive energy. So I clear myself every day,
Yeah.
and you'll always find that one or two little things.
Yeah.
And again, this is something I got into. Just someone mentioned it, and I thought I want one of those clearings, and I could not believe the difference I felt after
Mm,
having the clearing.
yeah.
And that just made me like, whoa, actually, there's something else like controlling me, basically. If things are attaching to you, there's
Yeah.
something else controlling the way you feel, the way you act, the way you are. Like nightmares, if you feel a bit anxious, sometimes the thoughts in your head aren't yours. They're actually like things trying to just like feed you false information. Yeah, like curses can be put on you. Sometimes people can curse you without you knowing it,
Yeah.
or without them even trying to.
Yeah. I was going
It
to
can
say, because
just
a
be
lot of
like,
it's not on purpose, is it?
no, it's like it's a judgment or something like, oh God, look at her, you know, and that's still like that energy is sent to you,
Yeah.
and it can block you. It can block you. It can just make you feel yucky, and you don't know why.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me a long time. It's only now that I've started doing it because I have a couple of people that will do it with me, so that we can all make sure we kept sovereign ourselves, that we're you know safe and protected and doing a really good job, basically.
Amazing. And
But yeah,
I can highly recommend it because I have been lucky enough to experience one of these, and I absolutely get you. And you sent me the little clearing protocol, and it is something I've done on and off for years, but it is so easy. You go even into like a regular shop, and there's so much energy that you can sometimes I'll come out and think, why have I bought that? Like, because we're in a field of energy and we're not, I think even with protection, in some ways, are we meant to be impermeable? I don't know. It's not really maybe a question for right now, but there is an element of we're always interacting with our environment. Let's just say it like that. So if you're in a busy environment, you're going to be picking up more. That's why we like to go into nature and be like, purity. As soon as you're around a lot of humans, you're going to be slightly picking up like radio signals, isn't it? So it's
yeah,
just remembering to clear. It's why people smudge, or you call in Archangel Michael to clear out energy field, whatever it is. So yeah, it's really amazing. If you've never come across it, I highly recommend it. It's powerful, and it can leave you. It's like a shower for the soul and energy
yeah,
field, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Beautiful. So Lisa, am I right in thinking you have a little offering for our viewers today?
Yeah, I'm going to go through a angelic Reiki group meditation for us all.
Oh, I love it. Every time I do a call like this, I'm like, oh, this is so great. I get to receive this beautiful, beautiful offering. So before we start, do our viewers need to know anything? Lisa, would you like to just share?
No, just get comfortable, close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Obviously, don't do it if you're driving or anything.
Yes.
Um, get comfy and just be with the energy.
Beautiful. Yeah, please do not do this if you're driving. Turn it off and come back later, and then you can enjoy it in the comfort of your own home. Beautiful,
Great.
beautiful.
So yeah, like I said, just take a minute to get comfortable, close your eyes if you want to do that.
Mm.
We're going to begin by bringing your awareness to your breath. So take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and gently breathe out through your mouth. Again, breathing in calm.
You can just take it away.
Okay, great. So just take a minute to get comfortable, whether that's sitting up or lying down. And if it feels okay for you to do, you can close your eyes if you like. And then we'll begin by bringing your awareness to your breath, taking a slow, deep breath in through your nose and gently breathe out through your mouth. Again, breathing in calm and breathing out any tension. And then once more, breathing in peace and breathing out anything you no longer need to carry. Allow your breathing to return to a natural rhythm. With every breath, feel your body becoming more relaxed, your shoulders softening, your jaw unclenching, your mind becoming quiet and still. Now, imagine a soft, radiant golden light appearing above you. The light is warm, loving, and filled with divine protection. Slowly, this golden light begins to flow downward, gently surrounding your head, your shoulders, your torso, your legs, and your feet. You are now completely surrounded by a sphere of golden light, a beautiful bubble of divine protection. This golden sphere surrounds you above, below, in front, behind, and all around. Within this space, you are safe, protected, and held in divine love. Only love, healing, and the highest light may enter this space. So just take a moment to feel the peace within this protective sphere. With loving intention, we now call upon the Archangels to join us in this healing space. We invite Archangel Michael, protector and guardian of divine truth. Archangel Michael, please stand before us with your sword of blue flame, protecting this sacred space and clearing away anything that does not serve the highest good. Feel Michael's strong, protective energy surrounding this circle. Next, we invite Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of divine wisdom and clarity. Archangel Gabriel, please bring your pure white light into this space, helping us receive guidance, insight, and divine communication. We invite Archangel Uriel, angel of illumination and wisdom. Archangel Uriel, please shine your golden light upon us, helping us see truth clearly and bringing understanding and peace to our minds. Lastly, we invite Archangel Raphael, the great healer. Archangel Raphael, please surround this circle with your beautiful emerald green healing light. Assist us in receiving deep healing on every level. We thank the Archangels for their loving presence and support. And now we're going to imagine above this circle a magnificent golden ray of divine light. This golden ray comes directly from the highest divine source. Pure love, pure healing, pure consciousness. This golden light begins to gently flow down into our protective sphere. It fills the entire space with warmth and sacred energy. Allow yourself to receive this light now. Imagine this golden ray flowing down through the top of your head, filling your entire body with divine light. We now allow Angelic Reiki to flow to each of the 7 main chakras. There's nothing for you to do, simply relax and receive. Start by bringing our awareness to the top of our heads, the crown chakra. You might see, feel, or just know that there's a violet or golden light gently opening here. Angelic Reiki flows into the crown chakra, clearing and balancing your connection to divine wisdom. Just feeling the light flowing down from above, restoring harmony. Now bring your awareness to the center of your forehead, the third eye. See a soft indigo light glowing here. Allow Angelic Reiki to clear and balance this energy center, enhancing intuition, clarity, and inner vision. Moving on to our throat chakra, where we can visualize a calm blue light spinning gently. Reiki now flows into the throat chakra, clearing blocks around communication, expression, and truth. Feel this space opening and becoming balanced. And then we'll move on to the center of your chest and the heart chakra. See a beautiful green or pink light expanding here. Angelic Reiki flows deeply into your heart, dissolving old pain and filling the heart with compassion, forgiveness, and love. Next is the solar plexus chakra. Bring your awareness to the area above your navel and visualize a warm golden yellow light here, shining brightly. Reiki now flows here, restoring confidence, personal power, and inner strength. Feel this center becoming balanced and calm. Now moving our awareness to the lower abdomen, just above the navel. See a vibrant orange light glowing warmly here. Angelic Reiki flows into this chakra, bringing balance to creativity, emotions, and life force energy. Finally, bring awareness to the base of the spine, the root chakra. See a deep red light connecting you firmly to the earth. Reiki flows here now, grounding and stabilizing your energy. Feel yourself supported, safe, and deeply connected to the earth. Now imagine the golden ray of divine light flowing through all 7 chakras together, aligning and harmonizing your entire energy system. Your mind, body, and spirit are balanced and filled with healing light. Take a few gentle healing breaths as this energy integrates. We now offer deep gratitude to the Archangels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your protection. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for your guidance. Thank you, Archangel Uriel, for your wisdom. And thank you, Archangel Raphael, for your healing. Thank you to the divine source of the golden ray. And just before we close this sacred space, we now ensure that each of us is fully sovereign in our own energies, and any portals that were opened are closed. If there is anyone who is not fully sovereign at this time, we lovingly ask the angels to gently restore the sovereignty now. The archangels now gently begin to step back while leaving their blessings with us. Our golden protective bubble, Sophia, begins to softly dissolve, knowing that divine protection remains with us always. Just taking a deep breath in and slowly breathing out. Bringing our awareness back to our body, back to the room, back to the present moment. The healing will continue to integrate over the next couple of hours and days. So drink lots of water, rest as much as you need to, and take care of yourselves.
Oh, Lisa, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so, so much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
definitely feeling very floaty and topped up. And
You just look
thing.
lovely and calm and relaxed, a tiny
Yeah,
bit
it's
sleepy.
really feeling all the softening and relaxation. And yeah, it's really lovely. So,
You're
as
welcome.
Lisa said, if you've just been with us on that meditation, really take care of yourself, let yourself sleep or rest, do whatever you need to do because it can have, a knock-on effect physically and release. So, just be gentle with yourself for a few days as that integrates, that energy integrates, especially if you haven't ever had any healing like that. So, yeah. Oh, Lisa. Well, what more to say? We can get hold of you in the links below. Yeah, if people would like to have a one-to-one session with you. So you work online as well as in person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there
Yes,
anything else?
I currently have a space in Brecon at the Hidden Gem on the second Wednesday of a month, I want to say,
Yeah.
in person. I'm in Talgath on Friday mornings, but
Beautiful.
otherwise I'm mobile and online.
Beautiful. And I think if you've been on that meditation, you'll know that online is just as powerful as in person. And I think sometimes I find it can be more powerful because you can very much just be in your space and you're not having to go out and then know you've got to drive back or something like that. So don't discount it. If you've never had online healing or sessions, it still works because the energy just moves where it needs to go. Lisa, it's been absolutely beautiful to chat with you
Thank
this
you for
morning.
having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And you can also, actually, I was just thinking, you can also meet Lisa in person at our Wellbeing Fair on the 21st of March here
Yeah.
well, Llanelwood over the river from Bilth in the Jubilee Hall there from 10 till 4. So you can have a little taster session with Lisa. Lisa, if you have anything that you would love to share with our viewers on their healing journey or a little bit of a wisdom or one inspiration, what would it be if you could give them one thing just to put you on the spot there?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah,
you
no
have a lot
pressure.
of things.
I'm still like quite up there with the angels, so give me a sec.
Yeah, I get you.
Um, I just think that this kind of work needs to become part of our routine. I think sometimes it's seen as like an extra or a luxury. And
Yeah.
actually, I think self-care and looking after our energy, it just like it helps every other area of our lives. So it needs to be like almost at the forefront. And I'm quite
Yes.
excited. It does feel like things are growing like that. But yeah, especially for parents and people in relationships, I always say like the calmer you feel, the calmer everyone else around you feels.
Yes. Oh, Lisa, I love that. And I certainly, I mean, within my coaching practice, if there's a relationship thing, it's like, okay, let's just work with how you're feeling. And once
Mhm.
you've acknowledged, because it's okay, we all have feelings, but actually, if we haven't given them space, then that ripples out and it kind of bounces back and around. So, God, that's absolutely really, really good sage advice there, Lisa, because I know the difference when I get up and do prayers, make my daily kind of morning practice, I'm like a force to be reckoned with. And if I think, the day is just going to be a bit weird, whereas, my morning, lighting my candle, light my incense, doing my yoga, make some prayers, connect to nature, connect to spirit, every time the day just moves, it's so
So I
smoothly.
just it's made a huge impact on my house, my whole house. I
Yeah,
know the calmer that I am, the calmer the kids will be.
yeah,
And that's really helpful, as a
yeah.
parent, isn't it?
Yeah. And it comes to me, it's about responsibility, isn't it? And I know there are parts of me that, you can get into a funk and you think, oh, it's,
Mm.
we have this almost helplessness because, and I think it's because of the way the world's been. People say, oh, well, the government this, da, 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 forgetting that when we're in sovereignty, we actually then affect everything and we're co-creating our shared
Yeah.
reality just by our vibration and
Of
the
course, we
things
can only be responsible for ourselves
so we can really,
and
yeah,
what we
pull back
do.
responsibility, and then that has the effect, and it can feel very selfish, like, we know there's wars happening in the world, there is so much, turmoil, but if we're not solid, we can't go and help other people anyway, even if you want to go off and send prayers or whatever. So it really is. So thank you, Lisa, that's really wise words. And and again, if you've not got those types of practices, then come and have a session with a practitioner and look at the other practitioners that I've chatted with on the channel and things like that, and just see that practice, I like that practice, or come back and do this,
Yeah.
this
To find what
meditation,
works for you, isn't it?
find what works. And it does really, really, viewers, take it on that it becomes normal, so it can
Mhm.
feel, oh, it's over there, and bit by bit it becomes normal when we choose it. And it is a practice, and it is something that you get used to, but it's you can do that too. So yeah, thank you, Lisa,
You're
such
welcome. Thanks for
wise
having me.
words. So, Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, tuning in, and we'll be back again next week with, I think we have Diana Saville next week, who is a teacher of the Violet Flame, and she's a veteran. She's an amazing woman. So do tune in for that, and do reach out to Lisa if you'd like to be in touch. I'll pop all the links there, and you can, go and find her. Okay, do some work with her because she's absolutely amazing. Highly recommend you. Thanks so much. I will see you again next time.
Mm.
Thank you, Lisa.
Bye.